it is time for the last panel discussion titled as Open Innovation, Think Different. Moderated by Miss Amira Swalim from Invertium Egypt and participating delegates starting with, clear my throat, Mr. Sameh Aly, the Director of SMES, and Mr. Marcus Lee, the Director of Projects and Programs at Hello Tomorrow Singapore. And last but not least, Mr. Vuk Zlatarov from the partner and Chief Executive Officer of Creitive Middle East. Please welcome them.
Hello everyone, I'm so happy to be here at TEP Summit 2020. Our panel is about Open Innovation, Think Different. Open innovation is one of the most agile and effective paths for transformation. It is also a powerful tool to implement significant changes in society as they represent collaborative efforts from different stakeholders. I'd love to welcome our panelists today, Sameh Aly from SMEs, Marcus, Hello Tomorrow, and Vuk from Creitive. Hello everyone. Okay, so let's just get started with Sameh. What about open innovation? What does it mean?
First of all, thank you for inviting me for this panel, and it's a pleasure being with all the team here. And thanks for that opportunity to be on the stage. First, regarding the open innovation, in order to know what is open innovation or talk about the open innovation, we need to know what's closed innovation. So the closed one basically is like R&D in any company working in R&D department, and they have their own technology, they have their own research, they have their own team who works on it. This is the closed one, which is the technology only internally for the R&D department. However, the open one is much beyond that. You can have an idea somewhere in a place, and you have a challenge, the same challenge on another country. So this is an open innovation. Brings everyone with all the ideas from all over the world and all the challenges and all the accelerators, all the incubators, all of them under one open platform and open innovation. That's basically the
open
definition of open innovation.
So from all stakeholders, you are dealing with different countries. For Hello Tomorrow, you have a lot of stakeholders, you have a lot of attendees from in your events. So what is the process of open innovation related to Hello Tomorrow?
First of all, like everyone else here, thank you for inviting me and giving me the opportunity to speak, and thank you for the question. So Hello Tomorrow is a non-profit organization, global non-profit organization that focuses on accelerating and helping deep technology companies and scientists get to a point where their technologies can become a reality on a commercial scale. So what we usually do in our activities is that we build huge networks across the world, and I dare say we have one of the largest deep technology networks in the entire world. So part of this, most of our stakeholders would therefore include startups, scientists, universities, and corporates, including Airbus, Air Liquide, Ariane, and various others, including L'Oreal. So what we do is mostly, we don't do open innovation in-house for ourselves, but we do open innovation consulting for a lot of our stakeholders. So what this takes in the form is mostly helping our corporates, such as, for example, L'Oreal, where they come into our challenges and they come into our events where they get a good opportunity to see what technologies and what innovations are coming out in the world, what the newest trends, such that they are able to develop their R&D and also have a lot of opportunity for open innovation. And that's just one example of the many that we have.
Yeah, there's a lot of examples that we can see in different countries. So from Vuk, Creitive, Middle East, do you have different approaches to reach open innovation or to achieve the open innovation in your country?
Thank you. It's nice being here. Thank you for the invitation. So in our case, it's kind of building up with what Marcus was saying. Creitive as a digital innovation, digital transformation agency, we kind of work with both ends of open innovation process. So on one side, we work with large organizations, enterprises which are acting globally, and on the other side, we're working with startups, right? And both of these sides are coming with its own pros and cons, with its limitations and benefits. Being in between gives us the opportunity to understand both sides and what both sides are looking into each other when they're looking to partner. So this gives us the unique opportunity to help them and to bridge the gap that they're facing. And it usually comes to the commitment or to the way of how the partnership is structured, or the actual framework and the execution of the open innovation. Being in between and helping them kind of translate their needs to each other supports the process quite significantly and increases the results. So that's where we've been for the last couple of years.
Yeah, as you said, there's pros and cons related to open innovation. So Sameh, what do you think about the challenges for open innovation and implementing and related to regulations?
Yeah, basically, the open innovation is a brilliant idea. Like everyone can collaborate with his idea and with the challenges, and either he's a startup, or either he's a challenge owner, his sectors, his accelerator, and so on. The main important thing, or the main challenge we can say, is bringing all of them under one umbrella, all of them to work together. This is the main challenge, how all of these partners can work together for the sake of the open innovation. How the idea, which is, let's say, in a country, can meet a challenge or solve a challenge in another country with another investor, with another sector, and so on. The main challenge to bring all of them under one umbrella.
Yeah.
That's the main challenge.
So you need to have all or open innovation in one platform or one event, like what we have in here in different countries.
Absolutely. So
yes.
Absolutely, this is the only solution to bring all of them under one umbrella, under one platform, which can be the main channel of helping, incubating, and accelerating, and bringing the idea to reality till it reaches the solution that the challenge is looking for.
Perfect. So for Marcus, what do you think about think different, or what is the approach to think differently for all the stakeholders related to startup, partners, and even if they are students to get this approach?
Well, I think when we talk about thinking differently, it really depends on what context, because open innovation has so many different kinds of collaborations. You can have crowdsourcing from the large corporates where you get everyone. You can get professional experts where they do this on their free time, or you could even just get students to have a cross-breed, cross-faculty exposure. So how do we think differently? I guess in Hello Tomorrow in particular, what we do is we look at, well, at least we offer our corporates and we offer our stakeholders a great opportunity to think beyond the vertical that they are looking at, which means you're looking at cross-sections between one industry versus the other. So I think one very good example that we have is in our challenge. We have this Singapore company called Bikeback. And Bikeback is a company that creates sustainable palm oil through insects. So they process the insects, and they actually applied for our global challenge as a food and agricultural company. So I think the corporates that were there were, in particular, was L'Oreal, and people question, hey, who's going to eat something where there's where the psychological impact of having insects? But L'Oreal, they do cosmetics, they do beauty, they do wellness. And the people who were from L'Oreal said, hey, this palm oil is not just used for food or for ingestion of food agriculture. It could be used in cosmetics, for example. So we cannot, yeah, exactly. So you can't just silo yourself and this is only for this purpose. Where you have across, industry, we may be able to have the opportunity to see intersectionalities in the products, in the materials, into new products that we otherwise would not have thought of.
Yes. Okay, so Vuk, with you faced a lot of the challenges actually in Creitive, and what is the most big challenges that you faced and how to resolve it?
There is a lot of challenges.
Yes,
That's
of course.
the first thing. There's really a lot of challenges. There are challenges about IP rights as well. There are challenges about the framework itself, the process itself, the support that the whole ecosystem is receiving. Having an ecosystem is definitely the must. But having the commitment of every stakeholder is what I see as the biggest challenge. Commitment from the side of the challenger or the problem owner, in sense of and in the form of committing to follow through the idea that eventually gets selected. Very often we can see that the actual winners of this very lengthy process of pitching and shortlisting end up with a lack of support, which is kind of not really stimulating to them to engage and to engage further. So if there is a right kind of promise on the side of a challenge owner or a problem solver, problem owner, while on the other side you engage the right community, which is also a very important aspect, engaging the right community, you are on a good way to actually make the whole process work. But with a lack of commitment from each side and the lack of incentives which are driving that commitment, I think that the chances of success are lower.
Perfect. So there's a lot of examples related to each startup. They have different challenges, and from examples from you, Sameh, you dealt with different startups in different countries. So what are the examples that you can relate it to this open innovation?
Anything can be an example for open innovation. As I said, it's all about the ecosystem that we are building in the open innovation platform. It's about the data, the validation of the data. So any idea, any startup has a proper idea, validated proper idea, can be a clear example of an open innovation. As long as we have a validated data, as long as the whole ecosystem is contributing properly and collaborating under the whole umbrella of the same platform of open innovation, so definitely this will lead to success of the overall goal and the overall problem.
Thank you, Sameh. So your markets have a lot more different examples, and for the future trends. So always we have different innovations, different industries. You came up with new ideas. So what about for the future trends that's coming from it?
Well, I mean, there's this huge drive for open innovation. I think everyone sees it as valuable, and it's undeniable what opportunity. I guess the mode is more of how do you manage open innovation, because there can be numerous pitfalls. So, for example, if you're trying to do open innovation for, say, marketing, a marketing idea, it's probably not so smart to democratize it and have a crowdsourcing. So I was reading about Mountain Dew, for example. They came up with this campaign called W, where they wanted people to name a product that they had, and they let people vote exactly what they wanted. And the top result that everyone voted for was Hitler was not wrong. Yeah, that was the top answer. That's absolutely ridiculous. So, I mean, yeah, exactly. So maybe the future trends is mostly in the exploration of what might work. So I think earlier we discussed about what the challenges were, and I think the mode of which you're doing it. So you have to first find what your goals are, and then more, how do you facilitate that? I think the future trends would be wising up and seeing what happened in the past, such with Mountain Dew, and coming to a new way that you can protect yourself and not waste costs in that manner.
Yeah, exactly. So the open innovation related to all investors, so any ideas that came up with, not necessarily for a startup, but you can come up with the open innovation in campaign or something, or in artwork. Yeah. So for Vuk, he said I will take the quote of Marcus to facilitate your ideas. So what are the resources and tools that you have been used to facilitate or get your open innovation into the market?
Well, open innovation as the concept is becoming so popular now, like yeah, others, like design thinking and other very popular now methodologies and approaches. And the resources are out there. You can learn, you can educate yourself. I think that
so you related to your experience in
yeah, So based on the experience that you're gaining with in the industry, you're tending to craft your own, right? So recently we launched one portal with our dear partner that is, I would say it's a good starting point. It's a place where you can even now find a couple of nice challenges that one might solve. It's a place that gathers, right, the community, the problem solvers, the experts, and the investors at the end of the day. Now the incentives are there. We're looking for a commitment, right? So yeah, I think that's a good starting point.
Yeah, perfect. Actually, there's different examples for open innovation. So our audience, if you have any examples you'd love to share with us or any questions, we are happy to answer your questions. So. Okay. So thank you for our getting here into our panelists and your knowledge and experience. And of course, you have a lot of the challenges you met, and you get a lot of resolutions to overcome on it. I'd love to thank you, Sameh, Marcus, and Vuk for your discussion. And actually, open innovation is related to all investors in every country. Yes. Okay.
Madam, I have a case study on success story.
Nice.
Just if you can give me a moment, I can explain the big product.
Can you hear your voice, please? Can you raise your voice? Yeah.
Yeah, I have developed a hypercare point, IP intellectual property on a waste polymer, and which I made a live study. I'm from India, so I have a case study. If you can give me an opportunity, I can explain the same product to me. How I developed a product from scratch to an innovative product, which has been accredited by US Patent Authority also.
Okay, so you have started
I brought the product here.
Okay, thank you. So we can meet you after the panel.
Everyone can get a root cause of how the product has been developed.
Okay, come.
Yeah, thank you.
Actually, we are talking about stakeholders and different. So can you come here to just have a look and to introduce it to our audience? Thank you. Oh, okay. So he is introducing his program related to partnership with different entities, and he is looking to have a lot of collaborations with our stakeholders. So we can get it together after the panel because we have the agenda and the schedule. Yes. Yeah. There you go.
Salam alaikum. Myself, Ravi Kishore from New Delhi, India. A decade back, I was working in land of UAE in Fujairah, and I'm basically born and brought up in polymer industry, expandable polystyrene, which is called thermocol. The styrofoam is widely used in electronic packaging, fish boxes, widely used. So there's making of this process is from suspension polymerization, where the Germans have developed in the year 1955 with a patent technology. But consequently, environmental issues have come, and using of water is a major problem. Then we took a polymer patent on this. Now in green buildings, it has been a massive advantage in land of UAE. So with this, the waste thermocol, it's like a magic. We developed a polystyrene, thermopolystyrene. The root cause is thermoplastic is 100 times recyclable, and number of times.
Thank you so much. Actually, I have went with your documents, and you have collaboration with different entities, and you have very innovative solution for plastic and some related to TIP Summit sectors. So thank you. If you would love to meet anybody from the audience and you will want to collaborate with anybody, all of them, they are already welcome. Thank you. We have time. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, my guest. Yeah.
That's basically a clear example for how the open innovation can accommodate such new and brilliant ideas, either rather than just showing and try. You're not having the proper channels to show your ideas or your innovation. You will have the platform for open innovation platform in which you can submit it, you can be validated, can be screened, can be pre-screened, and find out that it's a proper idea to go to the market.
Exactly.
So such thing, and this is brilliant if you have it as this will be the proper channel to submit your innovation or your idea on the platform.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Sameh. Thank you, my panelists, and thank you, the audience. Fine. Oh, Vuk.
Thank you to our delegates, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us.